Know your place, yeah, know your place, yeah. I got like right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to give me. I still wish it would, I still wish them well, yeah. Put my problems in.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one of the best passing offenses in the NFL. The Texans are top 10 in pass yards. They're going up against the Vikings, who will need to be ready to cover a lot of space.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Houston Texans. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's Watson. Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now Watson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. They go back to the ground with Williams. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run. It's Williams. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Man open left side is Brown. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for running.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Way 90. Way 90.
Here's Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And here is the punter, Shum, as he sends this one away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Here's Watson now on second down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's got some space here. Whoosh. Touchdown, Vikings. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. That's fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson going deep for Hopkins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll send the tight end in motion. First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space. No gain.
Left side, Cook. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the big tight end shifting around. Play action now. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. And Forbath will put this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd down. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a first down throw, Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. First and goal from the 5.
Here we go.
Here's Watson. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On the carry, it's Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between second and 4 and second and 8 and 9.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Play fake. Bridgewater. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. On second and 10, Watson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Watson going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And now a first down following that long gain. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go.
Here's Watson to throw on third down. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No side of the field goal unit. They come out here in the eye. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it with Williams. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead. So we've come upon... And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Following the penalty. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
In motion comes the tight end left. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go.
Adams, the man in motion left. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Room here to run. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Bridgewater now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 4. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So it's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Let's go. Forward. Set. Wide 80.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They go play action. Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go.
Now Williams. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. It's a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it with Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Again, it's Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go.
To throw is Watson on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. They'll try the air now with Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Ohio. Ohio. Come on, Ohio. Ohio.
Now Watson on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
When it's third and goal, you don't need to make a heroic play. You just need to make a play and able to knock that one away. That was really nice.
Yeah, I don't think going for the interception, like you said, just wanted to make sure that the ball hit the ground, and it did.
I'm going to call heroic anyway.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They run it again with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. The Texans on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Texans on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio!
From the pistol, here's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They run it again with Williams. He's to the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Again, it's Foreman. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Now Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Bridgewater. And they get to Bridgewater. Bridgewater taken down in the end zone for a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And Watson's going to throw it here. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.